Hello everyone, and welcome back to my messy spare bedroom where I talk to you guys about cross stitch. I'm Selena. I go by Spicy Selena Crafts, and this is my 2025 finish parade. So I don't know if you guys saw my sorry, there's a cat right here, just so you guys know. He just jumped up here while I was talking. I don't know if you guys saw my thing on Instagram. I'll put it right here, a picture of it. I had, 33 starts and finishes, I think, on there, 34, and then 3 finishes from like last year. That's wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. The one part that is right is I did have 33 FFOs. I actually have 42 finishes from when I counted, recounted, counted again, then recounted again. And that's why it's been taking me this long to put this up, other than the fact that if you've watched my whip parade, I was sick for the first part of January. I feel like I still have a cough. I'm still kind of recovering. I don't know. Respiratory things really get to me. But yeah. Hi y'all, present day Selena here to discuss the elephant in the room. Clearly it is not January, it is May now, and yeah, if you haven't noticed, this video is extremely late, and I'm not sick anymore. I'm clearly I've recovered, and yeah, and I wanted to just kind of go over where I've been, what I've been doing. And yeah, talk about that. And just to warn you about some other things in this video, such as I do talk about my dragon style. That can go on until my birthday. I really don't care. I'm still stitching my dragon. I haven't made very much progress, so don't worry about that. But I do discuss that in this video. Also, there is 2 intros. Well, there was 2 intros. And I just wanted to talk about that too really quick, because it is a little choppy because Butters was in the intro a lot. And yeah, so I'm really sorry about that. I tried to edit it, but he does jump around a little, and it is very obvious that there was 2 intros in this video. But yeah, I just wanted to go over really quick where I've been, why it took me so long to post this video, and what happened to me. Because I feel bad. I really want to come back to FlossTube, and my goal is to start kind of doing like monthly recaps. I think a lot of people have been moving to those in FlossTube, and I really like that setup, and I think that would work for me because I can't do every 2 weeks. It's so much. But yeah, I think I can do a monthly recap, and I really miss like talking about my cross stitch and explaining like what I did. So look out, there might be a May one, maybe there'll just be a June one, who knows, with what I have going on. But yeah, so I filmed this video clearly around the end of January, not the very end, because obviously it was my birthday. I was up in I went up to Michigan with my husband for that at the very end of January. But where was I? At the end of January, if you remember what was going on, it was chaos. There was a lot of things going on in Minneapolis, and specifically, I filmed this right before, it was after the Renee Good stuff, but before the Alex Pretty stuff. And like, clearly that stuff was affecting a lot of us. It's close to home for me since I'm in Milwaukee. Minneapolis is like a 4 or 5 hour drive away from Milwaukee for me. I have a lot of friends that went to college there because there is reciprocity between Milwaukee and or not Milwaukee, Wisconsin and Minnesota. So we can go to either colleges in either state without having to pay extra in taxes. So that's a big thing that comes with this story. And yeah, so after I did that, I was going to edit this, and I just didn't feel like it because of the whole Alex Preddy thing. What happened was he is the same age as me. So I went to Beautiful Sip and Stitchery that day, found out later on Facebook and stuff that what was going on, and there was a lot of people that I knew that knew him. Either they went to college with him, went to high school with him. There's a big bike race here in Milwaukee called the River West 24. I know a lot of people that participated in that, and he participated in that, and they knew him. So that kind of was really rough. It kind of hit very close to home. And yeah, I don't know. I just had the thoughts of it could have been me. It could have been like one of my friends. And yeah, I just did not feel like editing and posting. I just took a break and went to my birthday trip. So when I got back, I found out I needed to start packing up my office because I was going to move into my new position in February, if you remember from my previous videos. My position started in the middle of February. I needed to pack up my office, and I didn't realize how much stuff I had collected in that office in the last like 5 years. So it was a lot of like going through stuff, getting rid of stuff, tossing stuff, making sure and packing my car. And that just kind of like took a lot of overwhelming brain power. I was very exhausted at night and just like didn't feel like editing, just wanted to, relax, stitch. So I did, and then I eventually took a trip out to Chicago the middle of February as well. When I got back, I didn't know this until like a few days before, but my schedule was also changing. So I worked 8 to 4:30, and it changed to 7 to 3:30. And if you've ever changed your schedule even like 1 hour, that was a big difference. And that like it threw off my whole sleep schedule. And then also like daylight savings happened. So I'm trying to get used to this new schedule. Then daylight saving happened, and I was trying to get used to that. It just like piled up. And also moving my whole office. So then end of February, moving my office in. Then an opportunity came up that I could take a class for my drone pilot's license, which is something I've been trying to do for a couple years now. And I ended up taking like that on top of like learning my new position, and that was all the mental capacity I had for the month of March. I just couldn't get back to editing, just came home, cross-stitched. That was my deal. And yeah, so I am now an FAA drone pilot, so I can get hired to fly a drone. And yeah, got that opportunity out of the way. So yeah, that was March. That ended, I took the test in April, and now I have my license. And so then we come to April. What happened in April? Well, I decided that I'm gonna do a work from home schedule too. So I asked my boss, he approved it. I got a new computer and a new monitor, and I had to set that up in this office. So I had to rearrange this. I didn't rearrange this, but the stuff that you can't see that the phone is behind, I had to add another monitor. I had to clean it off because there was a lot of like, I kind of use this desk for like craft projects, but it also now needed to be my work from home desk. So that's what I was doing, was organizing that, getting that ready for working from home. I'm on a hybrid schedule, so now I work from home 2 days a week, which is really nice. Oh my God, I love it. Like, not having to waste like the hour that I drive to and from work is great. I didn't know what I was missing out on. I do have a little extra time now after work, because Alex my husband doesn't get off till 5. So from 3:30 till 5 is like me time, do whatever. And I can film floss tubes during that time while I'm waiting for him to get off work. So yeah, but clearly I didn't do that still. In the entire month of April or May. That's because I went to the Needle Bling Designs retreat, Get Your Stitch On retreat. They also purchased Black Cat Stitchery. So they had all their fabric and stuff. Went up to that in Minneapolis with my friends here and Steph from Friend Frog and one of her friends. And then we also met with Jen of Stitch Crypt up there. So that was really fun. I want to do it again. I kind of just want to do whatever retreat they're doing. It doesn't really matter like where we go. We talked about doing like, I don't know, maybe the Witchy Stitcher retreat next year. But we'll see. We'll see where that lands. I also have other things going on next year, and I'm not going to sign up for retreats in April now. Like I saw a lot of people were signing up for Stitch North already, and I was like, no, I can't think that far ahead. If it sells out, it sells out. I'm not going. So yeah, I was busy with that. I was getting used to my schedule, and then I had a big Memorial Day trip coming up with my husband. We went down to Southern Illinois to camp at Kickapoo. What was it? Kickapoo State Recreational. It was like a national waterway, national waterway where you can go kayaking. And then we also went over to Turkey Run in Indiana, and that was really fun. So now I'm back from that, and I finally have time to edit this video. So I hope you enjoy it. I was watching it and I was like, you know what? I still gotta put this out. This is so funny, especially with the cat stuff. And because I think it's interesting to see like what I FFO'd and the whole, everything I went through, you know, through the 2025. Like I did a lot of work and I'm proud of it, and I'm gonna put it out there. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Sorry about the choppiness. We are going to get a Butters, so let me move my keyboard really quick so he has space to hang out. Oh my god. Is this just going to be your show? Let's take a sit. Okay. Okay, so before I get into it too, I also want to tell you guys my goal. My goal for last year was to just be a sponge and soak up at all the finishing techniques I could. I was really sick of asking my mom for help all the time, having her FFO things for me. And so that's why I think I have a lot of finishes, is because I just was like, that was my goal. I'm gonna learn how to FFO. And I think I achieved that goal. 33 FFOs is a lot, which is nuts. When I did the math, I was like, that's over 2 FFOs a month. And that's insane. So I created a graph, of course, because I watch Tara from Wildeboard Crafts, and I really liked when she put up a graph in her finish parade. So in my graph, as you can see, my FFOs like stay around 2 to 4, or my finishes and my FFOs stay around 2 to 4. So I averaged about 3 FFOs a month and about 3.5 finishes a month. You can see in April, it dipped down. I had 0 in April, but I had 9 starts and 9 days. So that was that time when I don't know what I was thinking. I just randomly was like, let's go. We're going to start 9 things in 9 days. And then, yeah, you can also see there's a spike in December from starting and finishing a bunch of ornaments, because I did try to do 12 ornaments in December. So yeah, and I averaged about 5 starts a month too. So that's probably why I had more whips. Sorry, Butters is here. Why I had more whips done, more whips coming into this year, is because I started more things than I was finishing things. So yeah, I think my goal for next year is to at least stay on the same track, but also I kind of want to work on more bigger things. I think that's one thing. Can you sit down? That's one thing I didn't do, is I didn't finish a lot of big things, and I have a lot of big projects going, and so I'm gonna try and catch up on FFOing what I got, and yeah, finishing, sorry if he is distracting, finishing FFOing what I got and finishing bigger things and starting bigger things this year. Just because I don't want to really finish 33 things again. I don't want to beat that. That's insane. So yeah. The only other thing I had before I start showing you guys the finishes is I wanted to talk about my dragon sale coming up for my birthday on the 31st. If you want to join, you can start a dragon. You can work on a dragon whip they already have. There's so many good ones. A lot have come out recently, like the sprouting lupine dragon and the new Needle-Lot Designs one for her book. She also has like an earth dragon that's really cool. I know someone else is doing a sea dragon. So yeah, just start a dragon. This is because my weird love for fourth wing right now. And yeah, I really like dragons. And if you've known me for a while, I'm big like, dragons. So yeah, I also think that's why. And there's so many dragon patterns I want to start. I'm going to start that Stitch Grip one, the dragon who ate the night. But yeah, what's your plan, dude? You gonna take a stretch and sit? Stretch and a sit. So let's get started. So 33 FFOs, 42 finishes. Out of those 42 finishes, I have 36 finishes here. And out of those 33 FFOs, 5 of them were not finished this year. So there is that. And I will go through this. I highlighted, I have my spreadsheet up here that I might look at just to like make sure I'm saying the right like count fabric and stuff. But yeah, I do have 2 things in my project folder that I'm not going to talk about, but I'll show them really quick. They're under Butters, so I'm just gonna move him. You're just gonna have to move. You're just gonna have to get off my stuff. Sir, please, sir. Okay, now you can sit back down. Okay, so the first one is this cat. I still have not FFO'd this cat. I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna be honest. I might just pop him in a frame, call it a day. He's cute. He's spunky. I like him. I just don't know. I thought about making him into a pillow, but it's like, it's all back stitching. I feel like that's weird to have a back stitched pillow. But I don't know. This is Let's Purr by Ursula Michael, and I think it's on 14 count natural Ada. This was just to get me, I just did this to get me back into cross stitching when I finished my PE. So this is just a quick finish that I did in 2024. That's in my project folder. The only other one that's in my project folder, which I guess this is a finish this year, but I didn't count it at all, is this one. You saw this in my whip parade and I decided it was done. This is Little Moments sale by Stitching Book Club, and this is on 14 count pink iridescent Ada by DMC. This isn't, sit down, come on, man. I'm gonna have to kick you out if you're gonna be like this. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about this ever again. But those are the only 2 things that are in my project folder that, yeah, haven't been finished. I'm probably gonna pop this one also in like, probably just a frame. I don't know. Thought about the magnet thing and then I was like, it's too cute. Throw this over here. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was, I'll go through everything by month so then you can see what this is kind of like what I did, what I didn't do, stuff like that. So starting in January, I had 4 FFOs and 2 finishes. Two finishes. We'll go through the 4 FFOs first. So the first FFO I did was this Specialty Stitches one from the Jingle Ball. This is by Jeannette Douglas. And yeah, I FFO'd this, I think in January 10th, around there. So the first week of January. I definitely probably was trying to get it done so I could store it with my Christmas stuff. And I know I haven't shown this one on my thing. It's on my channel. What is this on? This is on 28 count Lugana. White opalescent by Zweigart. So just basic white, but it's opalescent, if you can see. And yeah, it took me like 2 days to stitch this up after. I think I started during her class, but I didn't finish until like later. And then I added a couple beads. I put these pom-poms around that my mom had, and then I just had this like fabric. You'll see this fabric a few times. I have like a lot of it. It's just like generic Christmas fabric. Bro. Seriously, I'm gonna have to kick you out if you can't sit down. So yeah, this was like one of my first FFOs of the year. And then it got stored in my Christmas stuff, and we didn't see it until not this year, because I didn't have a Christmas tree, unfortunately. I told you about that because my cat Gordon, he just can't hang right now. So the other thing I FFO'd, and I might have done this like at the same time or near, was this Midsummer Stitch ornament thing. I don't know, I might have done this a week later just to get it out of the way. But yeah, I put this cording I found at Joann's at the time. This is just some scrap ribbon that I had. And then we also have rickrack that I bought from Beautiful Sip and Stitchery. And then I found this fabric at Joann's, if you can see, Beyond Butters, which I thought matched perfectly. I gave some to my mom too. So yeah, and this was also something I finished last year around Midsummer Stitch, I think in July. Yeah, in July. So this is one of these are both 2 of the 5 FFOs that were finishes from last year that I FFO'd this year. Let's put you on the ground so you can safely get out. Okay, hopefully he won't bother us anymore. Thanks for putting up with him. He's very clingy. The other FFO that I had was Charlie's Burst Sampler. So I will put that up here. This was actually also a finish in January on the 28th, but not my first finish of the year. This is my second finish of the year. I finished this, actually, my mom had pinned it, and then I think I just got a frame like off Amazon or something, and I finished this at like a finishing thing with my mom at Beautiful Sip and Stitchery, and then I gifted it to my friend for his kid's birthday, or maybe a week later, because I don't think I saw him on the day that it was, but around there. So yeah, and that one, I had that one planned out since 2021, so it was great to get that off my plate and get it to him, and even though it was a couple years late, that's okay. At least I did it. Anyways, and then the last FFO is when I went to Beautiful Sip and Stitchery for that finishing day. I also bought this Modern Hoopla Hoop for Jade Cicada, or oh my god, Neon Cicada. I'm gonna always say that because I stitched it because I love Jade Cicada. So yeah, it's not the like paper stuff kept falling out, so yeah, that's why it's kind of like, but it does sit on my wall like this, and yeah, I really like this. I think I did a really good job. I think this frame looks really good, and it's just Modern Hoopla from Beautiful Sip and Stitchery is where I got this frame. And it just, yeah, sits in the back like this. And then, yeah, there's these paper things that keep it in the middle. I just got to put them back in there when we're done here. I'll put it back on the wall. And then, so those were my 4 FFOs. My 2 finishes were Charlie's Burst Sampler, and then another finish that I have, but this wasn't an FFO until February, was Bird Nerds. This is the first time we get a glare. Birds Aren't Real. This is by Oh my god, I have been so bad about saying the things again. I like need to post it like right next to my phone screen so I know. This was by BadStitch, and it is on 14 count. Oh, where is it? It was Aurora by BadStitch Me, I believe, is the name of the fabric. I'll put all of the fabric names and stuff down in the notes, of course, if anyone is wondering. This is Bird Nerd by Boomerang Stitches. This is just on, I think, what is this? Oh, Vintage Blue Ada by Zweigart, so 14 count. And yeah, this sits in my husband's office. I believe this is an Art to Frames frame. And yeah, I like it. I think that I probably could have done better. Is there a bug in there? There's a dead bug in it. It's like the bug like crawled in and died. He's like right here. I'm gonna have to fix that. It also is kind of wrinkly, and I wish I would I just kind of like taped it in the back. I wish I would have like, I don't know, washed it and then put it in, because like I feel like I had trouble getting like the line out when I ironed it. But yeah, it's supposed to say Bird Nerd, but I changed it to say Birds Aren't Real, because me and my husband are a part of those people that believe that all birds are just government drones. They're just spying on us, and they sit on the wires, you know, the lines, power lines, to recharge. So yeah, sits in his office. He loves it. I will have to get that bug out for him. I don't know how that got in there. So yeah, so that would go into my February. So those are my 2 finishes. And then in February, I had 3 FFOs, which that would be one of them, and 4 finishes. So going into my FFOs, my other FFO was also from 2024, and this was Pleasant Petrichor by Fine Frog Stitching. So this is on a banana oil fabric. I believe it is 16 count Ada of banana oil, and this frame, my mom found this frame for this actually, and it was the perfect size, so I just popped it in there the same way I did that. But this one doesn't have a wrinkle in it, so I did get better. I got better at FFOing in that month. And yeah, I love this. This sits in our living room. I changed the cat to look like Sophie. And this picture is supposed to be, this picture is supposed to be Finn. Butters isn't involved here. I don't actually think I'm ever stitching. I don't think I have a stitch of Butters, like, or anything where I'm like, let me make Butters. He's kind of a hard cat to stitch. Soph's pretty easy. See, she's so cute. So yeah, I think my mom just found this frame at Goodwill. We definitely like ripped off the back and I added this thing to it, but yeah, it works. And then the last thing that I FFO'd in February, oh wait, there's 2 more things. Wait, no, bird. Okay, the last thing I FFO'd in February, I'm so sorry. I tried to get this organized, but like 33, 42, that's insane. It's just insane. I need to slow down. So this is the other thing I FFO'd. This, just a small that I started around my birthday last year, just for fun. I got this frame from Michael's. This is Reef Buddies by Lola Crow on 14 count Seafoam Green Ada by DMC, Charles Craft Gold. It was like the last, I think I have 1 more scrap of this, and I'm gonna do, I already have it kitted up, and it's been kitted up for a while. But yeah, I got this frame at Michael's. I added this part to it too, so I can, this hangs in our upstairs bathroom, which I accidentally got the nail through when I put it in, but it's fine. No one can tell if you're like looking at it like this. But yeah, I love this little guy. I love making little ocean dudes for my bathroom for some reason. I don't know. Ocean, bathroom, there's water. There's water in there. Gotta put the water. So yeah. So those are my 3 FFOs. This was also a finish in February, so this goes towards one of my 4 finishes of February. The other things that I finished in February was this other Lola crow pattern that I bought. This is Love Crows. I don't think I framed it until... I never actually showed this frame, but I wrote that I probably framed it in March. But yeah, I never posted this on my Instagram for some reason. I think when I was over at my parents' house, working on this, one of the next upcoming FFOs, my mom gave me this frame and was like, this would be perfect for that little crow thing that you did. And so yeah, this guy lives in my office until January, and then he moves downstairs for Valentine's Day, and he'll probably stay there for a while. Probably all spring too. He's so cute. He doesn't have a thing to sit on the wall. He just has this, which is fine. I love him. I might take him to my office too. Have him this little office decor. And yeah, so then the other 2 finishes that I had was I also finished Ice Moon Cardinal. And this is by, oh, I forgot to say, this was on Stormy Cloud Linen. It was the same as Charlie's Burst Sampler. This was like the rest of it. I think I do have one more square to do another small on the Stormy Cloud Linen. Vintage Stormy Cloud, Belfast Limit by Zweigart, 32 count. So yeah, this was also Charlie's. Sorry, I'm so bad about remembering this. So Fine Frog stitching, Ice Moon Cardinal. This is on Nightshade by Moonlit Dye Works, 16 count Ada. And yeah, I think I talked about getting this frame from, I think it was called, I can't remember. I'll put the name down and you can look it up. It's from Etsy. You can choose the size of the circle that you want. And they also have ovals. I think the Blue Flower uses a lot of these frames in her model stitches. Because I know like the picture of Quillbur was in there, and the picture of that pigeon also I think was made by the same frame maker. And he's from Ukraine, so it takes a while for them to get here, but these little frames are worth it. They're so cute. And they come with just like a little bit of plexiglass, which I like them to protect my stitching for years to come. But I didn't FFO this one until August of this year. So finished in February, FFO'd in August. So remember that when we get to August. We're only on February. Oh my God. And then the last finish I had, let's see, I wrote Reef, Ice Moon Cardinal, Love Crows. So there's those 3. The last one was the Owl Keykeeper, which I'll have to put a picture up here. This was we did a Superb Owl Super Bowl exchange. So we all started it on the Super Bowl last year, but we didn't really post about it because it was an exchange in the BadStitch Discord. And so this one was mine. I did the Owl Keykeeper by Fine Frog Stitching. It is on 18 count Logwood Lugana by Moonlit Dye Works. It's actually my mom's fabric, so I don't have any more of that fabric. Kind of wish I did because it's a really nice purple. But my plan is if I ever need it again, I could sneak over there. But yeah, so that, and then I FFO'd this with my mom when I grabbed that Love Crows frame. It is just on top of, or like mounted on mounting board and shoved in that frame. I also stained the frame and glued the fun little leaves around it, which when I look at it again, I wish I would have put the leaves closer to the front of the frame. I don't know, but as a 3D object, I think it looks pretty good. And I know the girl that I sent it to, I think she really liked it. It lives in Australia right now. So yeah. The next thing that I have, so we're in March, because that was my last finish for February and my first FFO for March. So I have 3 FFOs in March and 3 finishes. This was a start and a finish. This was the Plan Star by Petrichor Amour. It's French, I know. And yeah, this was for their Plan Star video. I never really found mine, so I don't even know if they used mine. I took pictures of like this. I brought this to Cancun with me. Took pictures there of it randomly. I don't know how good they turned out. Then I needed more photos, and I think I took some in the garden. It's got some fluff on it. This just hangs up in here. I don't know. Not really sure what to do with it. It's just laced in this 4-inch hoop. What is this on? This is on 14 count, just regular 14 count white Ada. I have a stockpile of it for, you know, emergencies like this when you need a random little stitch with 14 count Ada. If they do another one of these, I might participate. It was really fun. And this only took me like a day or 2 to do, and he's so cute. But I know some people got some weird ones. I don't know. I like him. He's got little sunglasses on. So yeah, he was a start and finish then. Another one that I had, which, let's see. This was also a finish. And this is Lover's Stroll by Sprouting Lupine. This is on 32 count Wandering Ivy Lugana by Needlework by Gem. I know how I want to FFO, and I have all the supplies to FFO this. I just haven't had time to do it yet. So you might see this return back in my floss tube in the next coming months, as I try to FFO this so we can enjoy it for the spring. I have a nice mantle that I can put things on, and yeah, I'd like to have him up. So yeah, that completes my 3 finishes. The 3 FFOs I had was, Love Crows, the Owl, and Plant Star. So yeah. So that ends March, and now we go into April, which, if you remember the graph, there's no finishes in April or FFOs. Why is that? I went on my honeymoon for 10 days to Cancun with my husband. So that took up most of my time. I brought one thing to stitch there, and that was the Mushy Valentine by Sprouting Lupine. That one I'm hoping to complete this year, pretty soon. I'm hoping maybe for Valentine's Day, or I don't know. Because I think I started it last year for Valentine's Day. And I do have one that I really want to start this year. I want to do the Butterfly Bouquet this year by Sprouting Lupine. So if I can finish Mushy Valentine before the 14th, that would be great. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I might just start Butterfly Bouquet and then just hang out and not work on it until I finish it. But just to have a start on Valentine's Day. But yeah, okay, and then we go into May. So I'm back. I started 9 things on 9 days in April, and we're back in May. One of those 9 things was an FFO in May. I had 2 FFOs and 2 finishes. This was the month that I went to that Door County retreat last year. So that was also why this was a low month. I was trying to get everything done for that and get ready for that, and it took a lot. So one of the FFOs I have, let's see, was, I need to back up. I had another finish in March. I did. Okay, so the 3 finishes were Plan Star and Lover Stroll. I also finished this guy. Sorry about that. So I finished this guy in March. I didn't FFO him until December. This is Quillbur by the Blue Flower, and he is on 14 Count Moss Ada by My Vintage Needle Arts. It's also another scrap fabric that I've had for a while. And yeah, I'm already FFO'd him into this ornament. It's got little bells and a bow. And then I did little stitching on the side, and there's that fabric again. But yeah, he's so cute, and I can't wait to put him on our tree next year. We are getting a tree after I made all these ornaments. So yeah, I'm gonna put him aside because he will come back in December, because that is when I FFO'd him. I FFO'd him during the Jingle Ball in December, actually. I hung out and stitched this on the side in one of the rooms. I don't think anyone noticed. That, or I did it in probably during speed dating. Okay, now in May, 2 FFOs. The first FFO was Strawberry Season, which this is probably like my most liked one on Instagram. Everyone loved this. I really love this, obviously. He's so cute. He's by BadStitch. Except I changed the strawberries to have French knots instead of regular things, just to give them a bit of a more 3D effect. Which is fine. I get that she did the regular stitching to make it a little easier on people. Not everyone can do a million French knots. And yeah, I found this fabric at Joann's, glued this this twine on here, and did a bow with a strawberry button, and just pushed it in here. This is just probably some random frame from Michael's. And yeah, he is going to actually go back on my mantle next to Love Crows for this coming year, and he will probably stay there. He does have the he has like a lip, so I can hang him on the wall, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet. We'll see. If I do, I'll probably hang him upstairs somewhere in our bedroom. Yeah. So yeah, he was also 2024 finish though, so we aren't ever gonna see him again. Well, unless you see me at a retreat, because I might bring him to a retreat. I might enter him into the state fair. I've been debating that. I don't know if I want my French knots to be judged, though. I think that's my only, like, qualm with that, is, like, those French knots are not very even. I'm not gonna go show you up close, but... So, yeah. The other FFO I had, and it was also a start in May, or a finish in May, was Lemonade by Stitch with Coffee. This is on 28 Count Onyx Ada, or no, Onyx Linen by Atomic Ranch. I had cut this linen wrong for the Night Garden sale, but it ended up looking really good on this. And yeah, this was my small for the Smalls Exchange at the Door County retreat. So I believe it's my friend Joanne that has it now, and I haven't seen her. I've seen everyone else from that retreat except her at other retreats last year. So yeah, she owns it, and I'm sure she loves it. I finished it on that lemon fabric that I found at Joann's, which I am missing Joann's right now. It is so much fun to find like random fabrics. And now I try to go to Michael's. I also go to the other store that I don't like, and it's not the same. I was by a mega superstore Joann's, and I'm missing it. So those are my 2 FFOs. Lemonade was also a finish. My other finish was Jingle Ball by Lindy Stitches. Here's the little ornament topper. I actually don't know if I've showed him in Quillbur yet, like in my regular floss tube, because I did finish them during the Jingle Ball. But yeah, he is on, what is it? Vintage Mocha Lugana 28 Count by Needlework by Jim. This is what I used to finish the cottage, or not, the gingerbread house by Tiny Modernist. And instead of the star, I actually made this poof ball out of the same floss that I used for this. So it was a little bit more 3D. And yeah, and I didn't write Jingle Ball on it. I don't know why. Ooh. And this also, I was so frustrated with this. I'll probably talk about that in my floss tube again and actually show it. But it just like wasn't, this is actually this ribbon or tinsel wrapped around here 3 times, because I didn't know that it was going to be like one tinsel, then space, and then a space, and then another tinsel ball, and then a space, and then another tinsel ball. And I wanted it to be like more flowy. So yeah, don't get this tinsel from Michael's. That's where I got it. And I just didn't like it. But I think it looks cute for this. Just gotta fluff it a little. You can definitely tell that it is like not, like you can see that it's not consistent. But yeah, so here's another December FFO, but a finish in May. So now we're going into June. This is when we get deep into the sauce. I wrote that I have 2 finishes and 1 FFO, but I also wrote this could be 5 finishes, because I think I counted it as 5 finishes and 4 FFOs, because I finished one thing 4 times. So yeah, so I do have 2 finishes to show you, and 1 FFO, but remember that 1 FFO I finished 4 times. So that FFO is this, the I Believe in Myself by Ourkatieofsorrows. This is just done on like 14 count black Ada. I don't know where it's from. And yeah, I finished it on matte board, had more pom-poms, fun little green ones, and then this crazy, oh my god, this fabric. It's like shiny. And I gave the other 3 to my best friends in Colorado when I went to go visit them, and we all went on a camp trip to see Pretty Lights this year. So yeah, this just hangs up actually here in this office space next to this guy, the Midsummer Stitch one, which was like my first retreat. And yeah, I really like him. He's so cute. And then so finished all 4 of those, and then the only other finish I had was Moonlit Moth by Counting Puddles, and this is on that 28 count Onyx Atomic Ranch linen. So I have more of this to do. I think 3 more FFOs of Night Garden things, and I do have them planned. I just haven't stitched them yet. I want to do the Tiny Modernist one, and I know that there's a fairy one, and then also the Stitchy Pros one with the owl. Those are all on that list. But yeah, I think he turned out really good. I don't know if the sparkly thread shows as much as I thought, but that's okay. I just haven't found the perfect frame for him, or how I want to finish him. I'm still working on that. I do search for frames when I go out though, and when I try to look for frames for him, but it happens. Okay, so continuing on, we're going into July. In July, I had 6 finishes and 3 FFOs. So, I don't have any of the 3 FFOs here from July. They are starting out with this Strawberry Snail by Twisty Threads. Twisty Threads Designs? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Twisty Threads Designs. He is on 32 count Destiny Lugana by Atomic Ranch, and I made him like an animal cracker. And then I also, the other FFO is this strawberry, and that is from the Cute Kawaii cross stitch book. And it's just on some random cards that I stitched and sent along with. So yeah, that was for our strawberry exchange that we did in the BadStitch Discord. I don't know if we're gonna do more of those exchanges this year. I think it was a lot for people, but it was also like really fun. But yeah, I really enjoyed the one that I got too. And I think the one that I sent, I think she really enjoyed that too. But yeah, I do plan on making this guy for myself this year because I just thought he was so cute. And like, I did take him camping and stitched him camping a lot. And so I don't know. I need to quit traveling with a stitch that is going to be a gift eventually. The other one FFO that I had was this birthday card. I made this for my mom for her birthday in July. And yeah, it's also from the Cute Kawaii cross stitch book. And I don't know. That's all. He's cute. So yeah, those would have been 3 of the finishes as well that I had. So I have 3 other finishes to get to 6. And they are Quack Stack by Plum Street Samplers. I know exactly how I want to finish this. I don't know if I have a fabric that I want to like be the background fabric yet. I kind of do. I don't know. I gotta go searching. But yeah, this Plum Street Samplers, this is on 32 count A Little Sassy by BadStitch Me. I love this fabric. If you can get a nice blue and brown fabric, it's definitely this one. So yeah, love this one. Definitely need to FFO. You'll see him again come out this year. Another finish that I had was, this is Snack-O-Lantern by Boomerang Stitches. He is on the 16 count Amethyst Ada. This Ada's come out a lot. And yeah, I love him. I use this variegated DMC for his pumpkin, which it came out perfect right here. And then I tried to make it look like there were stripes right here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a seam though. I tried my best. And then the only other thing I changed was the bowl. I didn't make it the half and half. I think it's more because that, I don't know. It's just I thought it looked better like this, in my opinion. But everyone has their own. And yeah, then I FFO'd this in October so I could bring it along for one of those tables where you show things off. And yeah, painted this black frame. It's just from Michael's. Push this random fabric in that's probably from Joann's, I don't know. This fabric is probably one of the oldest fabrics I own. And had all these cute charms from Amazon. And I absolutely love this finish. I'm definitely going to be putting him away for, actually I don't know if I'll put him away. I might keep him in here and put him back on this shelf back here just for the time being. And when it's Christmas, then he'll go back on the mantle. Or not Christmas, Halloween. When it's Halloween, September 1st. When we can appropriately decorate for Halloween. Maybe I'll just put him out 100 days to Halloween, which is in July. Because I love this finish so much. And then the next finish that we have was also in a series. So I finished this one in July, but then I finished 2 more in the series in August and the last one in September. And then I FFO'd them all in September. So it is Vintage Rocker. There's not a stain on him, is there? No, that's just the modeling. This is Vintage Rocker by Hands On Design. He's for the Holidays Take Shape workshop that I did up in Primitive Gatherings. And yeah, so that's the same FFO that I did with Quillbur. I tried to do it again. I think I was successful at repeating it, except this one I spaced the X's out a little more, it looks like. But yeah, I think it turned out good. She gave us the backing fabric. It's got like a little olive on the top. Super cute. So yeah, I finished him in July, and then in August we have 3 more FFOs and 4 finishes, 2 of which are more of these ornaments. So the 2 that I finished in August are Sweets for Santa. So remember, he's an FFO in September. He's so cute. And also Plaid Tidings. These are also by Hands On Design on just like 32 count random linen, or random Aida. I chose the Aida so I could stitch them faster. And yeah, so those were 2 finishes. And then the FFOs that I have are, move him. I said I have 3. Oh, Ice Moon Cardinal was one of them, so where'd he go? So I fully finished him in August, and then I finished and fully finished G for Ghastly, which is on just, I think, 16 count white Aida. So this random Aida that I have. And yeah, popped him in this frame I got on Amazon and sent pictures to Jada's BadStitch for their Etsy site, because this was a model stitch. I also count this as an FFO, even though he's not in his frame anymore, but that is S for Squirtle, also by Jada's BadStitch. I'm planning on fully finishing this a different way, so I didn't want to. I do have extras of these frames. I bought like a 4-pack. So maybe I'll do that, but I don't know. I kind of want to fully finish them this other way. I think it would be more fun. So yeah, still counting as an FFO. So those are my 3 FFOs, and the 4 finishes were these 2 and the 2 ornaments. And then getting into September. So I had 4 FFOs, which were all 4 ornaments, and 5 finishes. This is kind of like where it gets more crazy for a little bit. So I did finish the last ornament in September and fully finished it, and that's Light the Way by Hands On Design. These are so cute. That's the backing. So yeah, I think after this class I'm now an expert at finishing these finishing ornaments. And then let's see, I have 2 more that were FF that I finished and fully finished. I don't know when I fully finished. Wait, let's see. 1, 2. Wait, the 4 FFOs are the ornaments. Let's not forget that. So the other 5 finishes. God, this is like probably so confusing. I hope I'm like putting the month and the dates. I feel like I'm just saying the same words over and over. But we're almost done. Okay. So I also have Nightime Narwhal. This one was designed by me because I was just like inspired by the Night Garden palette to make, I don't know, a sea night garden. That's why there's all these seaweeds and a narwhal hanging out. And yeah, he is on 32 count Forget Me Not Lugana by Atomic Ranch. And I actually just had this frame in my stash, so I just popped him in there, and I'm gonna go hang him up on the wall. I haven't yet because I've been waiting to do this finish parade. And so yeah, after this I'm planning on hanging up him and then Ice Moon Cardinal. They were sitting back here for a long time, but I think they're ready to be showcased. And then another finish that I have was Magical Toad Freddy. So I gotta post a picture of him right here because he is now he lives with Eli of Thick Threads, since he was my Smalls exchange for Stitch Pluto in October. And so I fully finished him in October as a stand-up. He is so cute. He's on that same fabric that I had on the back of the Boomerang Stitches Snack-a-Lantern. And yeah, I just followed the tutorial on Hands On Design's website, actually, on how to make the Parliament owls, to make him. I think the only thing I would have done that I wish I knew before is like cutting around the edges to make it more circular. He's kind of, I don't know, he's perfect. Eli loves him, it doesn't matter. But yeah, he's also another one that I feel like I really want to stitch for myself too, so I still have him kitted up to stitch my own. It just won't be on the same fabric that I did him on before. And yeah, and then the other finish that I have is, this one's actually still a work in progress, sort of. Spring Seeds by BadStitch. This is on 32 count sand dollar Lugana. It's funny, the other side has this work in progress, which is the winter seeds. So yeah, I finished him finally in fall. I wish I would have done the summer and the fall ones, but I just did not have time this year. So that's a goal this year, is to finish this guy first, obviously, and then finish the other two and have them, I think I'm gonna have them as flat folds, but like have a flat fold of each on each side so I can just spin them around whenever season it is. Or maybe I'll do a cube. What if I did a cube? That would be fun. A cube. Okay. We'll think about that. We have time, obviously. I'm halfway done with him and still got 2 more to go. And then the last finish I had in September was V for Vespa Queen. This is the last Pokemon I did for Jada's X Stitch. They were all on that 16 count white Ada. And yeah, see, same frame. This is actually the same frame I had Squirtle in for his pictures. So I just popped it out and popped him in. And he also sits back here. I might put him downstairs in our basement because we do have a lot of Pokemon themed stuff down there, but I haven't decided yet if I'm fully committed to that. I'm also worried about Gordon. Gordon is a basement dweller, knocking him over. So yeah, then going into October, I had 4 FFOs and 1 finish. The FFOs were the Vespa Queen that I just showed you, Magical Toad Freddy, so Vespa Queen, and Snack-O-Lantern. And then the last FFO I had was also a finish, and that was Festive Forest. So yeah, he got FFO'd at the retreat that I was at Beautiful Seven Stitchery, which was a finishing retreat. And yeah, I am so proud of this one. This was probably my biggest accomplishment of last year. And then the bottom is just this fabric. And this little doodad is just from Hobby Lobby, because they have all the cute little doodads, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm very proud of this. This is very cute. I love all these animals. I'm already on to stitching my next object by the Blue Flower, which is that drum trunk town. I just started that a couple days ago. So yeah. Then in November, I had no fully finished objects. I took a break and had 0 FFOs because I think I was FFO'd out, especially of ornaments. I would not do Christmas stitching. I couldn't even start my Jingle Ball stuff that I wanted to start. But I did have 1 finish, and that was Cat-O-Lantern. I actually finished him like 2 days after Halloween, on the 2nd. So yeah, he's by Luminous Fiber Arts, and he's on that same 16 count amethyst Ada as Magical Toad Freddy and as Snack-O-Lantern, which I still have more of that, still coming back. He's so cute. I changed some of the colors because every black cat I know has yellow eyes, not green. I know there's probably some green eyed cats out there, but I don't know. I have this friend who lives in Philadelphia, and he has this cat that just looks just like this. And yeah, and I think I changed the gray of the mouse because I didn't think he was very mouse gray like. But otherwise, I love this. I know exactly how I'm going to finish this. Probably not going to do it until September. So then I can be like on my Instagram, here you guys go. Little, what do you call it? Halloween finish. And then yeah, hang them up right away in my decor. Otherwise he's just going to hang out until then. I know that I'll just be more motivated to finish him then. And then I can find, maybe by then I'll have a better way of finding cool like backing fabric for him too. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so then we're in December. December was weird. I decided to do all those start 12 ornaments in December. And I will say that it says here that I finished 9 things in December. 2 of those things aren't ornaments. So that means I did finish 7 out of 12 ornaments. I do have 11 of those ornaments actually done. So there is one that is not done, and that's the Christmas beetle by Hands On Design. That one's still a whip. And I do have all 12 here. I know it says 7. It's actually probably 9 still, because I counted the Yuletide chickens as each an ornament. So it's 3 ornaments, but I counted them as 1 finish since they're so small. And I don't know, it's just like that in my spreadsheet. That's why my numbers are all off. My spreadsheet's off. And yeah, it doesn't matter. But going into our first finish in December. Oh, and I have 3 FFOs. So 2 of those FFOs you saw before, Quillbur. And Jingle Ball guy. So those were 2 FFOs, and then I had 1 more that was a gift, so I'll get to that one. So my first finish was Twigs and Tea. I worked on this a lot in November, and I think that's why I didn't have any finishes. It's because I was catching up on this bad boy. So yeah, he is finished. I think I might have a frame for him. I just haven't gotten it out yet. Otherwise, if you know of a frame, let me know. And I'll probably hang him up in I kind of want to hang him up in my dining room. I think it's a very dining room-esque pattern. I think it'll be really funny. I gotta have Steph over stitch too. Should frame this before she gets there and be like, look, I framed your design, hang out. But yeah, love that one. That is on, ooh, what is it on? It is on the called for fabric, I think it's called Tea Time by Witch's Garden Crafts. Where is it? Yeah, Tea Time, 16 count Ada, Witch's Garden Crafts. So I just wanted to try Witch's Garden Crafts. I'd never tried it before, so that's why I got the kit, and I wanted that needle minder, the little bear one. So that was the first finish in December, and then I have the 3 Yuletide chickens. So these are by Sprouting Lupine. This one is on Oz by Atomic Ranch, 32 count Lugana. This one's on Toe Beans, and his colors are wrong. His head is actually supposed to be a darker brown, and his tail feathers, but I was not paying attention. I don't know what happened. I was jingle balling, as I did stitch these while I was speed dating. And then here's the last Yuletide chicken. And so I'm pretty sure I know how I'm going to fully finish these. And then my mom decided that we are going to fully finish them on buttons. I don't know. She found this new way of finishing things, and she's going to show me. He's on the Forget-Me-Not Ada, which is the same one as the Nighttime Narwhal. But yeah, So these will come back as an FFO this year for sure, because I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to be doing for those. So those were the first 3 ornaments. Well, they were the second 3 ornaments that I have. The first 2 ornaments that I did, so this would be the ornaments 1 and 2, and that would be 3, 4, 5, were these chicken mittens, and I fully finished them. I know that the shapes are completely different. Probably should have fixed that, but I don't know, I didn't like the tiny thumb. But then I did this, and then after I look at them both, I'm like, I should have just gone back to that tiny thumb. Because this is like the manly, strong thumb. See. Oh, sorry, I still have a little bit of a cough. So yeah, I did the moth one and I did the chicken one, and I want to do the flower and also the one that is full coverage. I want to do those 2 as well. And then I think I might have my friends pick out their favorite and do them 1 each for Christmas, as a Christmas gift. Because yeah, I like to send 2 of my friends, I like to send ornaments every year, and I didn't do it this year, but next year they're gonna get a chicken mitten. These are so fun to make too. They're so easy. They take almost no amount of time to sew these up. But yeah, just stick to the pattern. I don't know what I was doing. I think they're funny. And then we go into the next ornaments. So Yuletide chickens. Oh, I had one more finish before I started the next ornament, and that was this one, Upon a Star by Pigeon Coops Designs. It is on 14 count Black Ada, and I did this for my brother-in-law, and I found this frame over at Hobby Lobby and framed it up and gave it to him as a gift, and I think it turned out beautiful. I think he loved it. I know it barely fit into the frame. It was like such a tight fit. I probably could have gotten a bigger frame, but that's okay. I think it looks cool the way it is. So yeah, that was one of my starts in April. And yeah, after I finished that, I just fully finished it and gifted it to him right away. And that would have been my last FFO of the year, because I did not finish any, like, you're gonna see some of these ornaments are fully finished. I fully finished all of them. So these are fully finished in January when I was sick. So that's why some of them are fully finished, because I already have six FFOs in January. Yep. And 3 finishes as well in January. So we'll see. I'll show you those too. I'm not gonna hoard my January FFOs that I've already done until next year. Well, you'll also see them in my next floss tube. So ornament number 6 was this one, which is Baby It's Cold Outside by Lizzie Kate. And yeah, I know how I'm gonna fully finish this, so this will come up again. I just haven't done it yet. I gotta get the backing fabric from my mom. And this is on, it's called 18 Count Linen by, who is it by? I think it's, oh, I didn't write it down in my spreadsheet yet, but I know it's 18 Count Linen. I think it is by Zweigart. And it's actually like sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, he's just gonna be a little ornament for my tree. The next one that I have, so this is ornament number 7, is Christmas Pikachu. He is on 16 count Opal White Ada, and he is probably going to be in the next FFO. I just need to go get more of this white glittery, what do you call it? white glittery felt. I have all the other felt for him, and then he will complete my 4 ornaments. So he's going to be FFO'd the same way. I used a glue stick. I'm very anti-glue stick now that I know how to FFO things. But yeah, he's going to look just like this. This is a strap for a mask that I used. I had a bunch of extras. I still have extras, so if you ever need little hangers for your ornaments, get straps for masks on Amazon. So yeah, he is my 7th one. My next one is also one of my FFOs from January, from this January, and it is Friendstitch Santa. So he's from the Friendstitch box, which I think is run by Hands Across the Sea and Heartstring Samplery. And the goal of it was to Friendstitch Santa needed to be gifted to a friend that also stitches, so my mom gifted him to me. And yeah, he came fully kitted up, except he didn't have the hanger. I had to add that part. And he had a little backing fabric in him and these pom-poms. And I love him. He might not be the best FFO ever, but he's so tiny. He's like an inch big. The next FFO that I had, that was also an FFO in January, but a finish in December, was this guy. So he is ornament number 8, right? Yeah. And this is by Hands On Design. This is Hark How the Bells. So this was the freebie that we got with all of these. So we got like an additional pattern and stuff to finish it with. And that was this one. And they're called Holidays Take Shape because all these ornaments are different shapes. This was just the circle. They came with little bells, little squiggles. Yeah, I think this one turned out pretty good too. And that would complete all the Holiday Take Shape ones, so that one's done. We're not going to see it again. Well, maybe, because I finished this in January. Fully finished it in January. But maybe I just won't show you guys, because maybe I'll have so many other things to be showing you. Then number 9. So 9, 10, 11. Wait, did I miss one? We have the 2 chicken men's, the 3 chickens by Yuletide Chickens, Baby It's Cold Outside, Friendstitch Santa, Christmas Pikachu, Hark How the Bells. Yes, this is 9. And this is 10. This is 10. So number 10 is the Christmas Cheetahs. I could not help myself. I had to start this after the Jingle Ball. Everyone else was doing it. I wasn't planning on doing it, and then I just went for it. He actually is a finish in January, not December, but I thought I'd show him anyways just because he was a part of that the starts in the 12 ornaments in December. So yeah, and he's already finished. He literally was finished in December except for these light bulbs. So it was close. This is by the Christmas Cheetahs by the Blue Flower. This is just a Scrap Mystic fabric. Some kind of Lugana. I don't know the count or the type, but that's fine. And then this was also a finish in January, but I thought I'd show you guys anyways. This is ornament number 11. So then 12 would be the Hands On Design Christmas Beetle. This is by Satsuma Street though. And it was just the kit. He's got all the beads and the sequins. He's so cute. And I just I used tacky glue and glued some random felt on the back along with this hanger. So yeah, he's gonna be also in my ornament pile for next year. And then the bonus. So this is like one that I didn't even work on in 2025, but I just thought, you know, let's end out my finish parade with this one because it's already fully finished, and I stitched it right away in the beginning of January, and that is what I chose for my blessing sampler this year. And it's the Sprouting Lupine To Be Loved. And I'm so proud of this finish. This is like the culmination of everything I worked on this year. It's like perfectly in there. The beads look beautiful. And yeah, it says to be loved is to be changed. It's for my cats. And hopefully, knock on wood, they have no problems this year. Because that kicked my butt sometimes. Especially with all the stress. So yeah, and this was a part of the Cupid Collective. So that Cupid Collective, I believe, is coming out again. So keep your eyes peeled. I think it's going to be like these 20 stitches again, and cross stitch the globe, and I think Sprouting Lupine. I think it is most of the same designers. And this frame is just from Kohl's, and this is 32 count Neptune Lugana by BadStitch Me that it's on. And yeah, Kohl's, who would have expected? Had the perfect circular frame. Run, don't walk to Kohl's. But yeah, so that's all my finishes. Holy crap. I think I was still, I know I'm under 2 hours because I did stop in the middle to go have a coughing fit. And yeah, hopefully I'll get a new floss tube out soon. Might not be till February just because it's my birthday and we are going up north for my birthday and doing a little bit of getaway, maybe a little bit of snowboarding. And yeah, anyways, I hope everyone is having a great new year so far, and I hope to see you stitching a dragon soon. Okay, bye!